Hey everyone. So I just want to start out by saying I want you to think of some wins that you've celebrated this week. It could be related to the program, it could be related not to the program. A win that I see is the snow is melting. So that just gives me kind of a little bit of a, oh my gosh, spring is coming, right? Like warm weather, been able to get outside. I'm grateful for that. So thinking of things that you're grateful for so you're able to lift up your vibration and raise your vibration. So today we are going to start with a 5-minute meditation here. So I really like this one because it helps you pause and think. So I'm going to share my screen here. We're going to get started. Here we go. Oh, and I'm going to share the audio so you guys can hear that. Okay, hopefully you can hear this. Otherwise, I can put the link in the comments as well. All right, so I just want you to find a comfy spot, really sit, get comfortable, be grounded, be free of distractions, and we're gonna get started here.
To begin this mindfulness meditation, just let yourself get into a comfortable position, whatever that looks like for you. When your body feels ready, you may gently close your eyes. With your eyes closed, take a moment to tune inwards. First, simply noticing your body, tuning into the weight of gravity, the points of contact between you and the surface on which you are resting. What else do you notice? What is it like for you to be in your body right now? As you observe this, you simply accept and allow whatever it is you notice, harboring no judgment, just being mindful, noticing what is with a sense of compassion in your heart and letting it be. Continue to do this now with your breath as well as your body. If you haven't already, begin to tune into the sensations of breathing. What do you notice? Just observe, accept, and allow. No judgment, just letting everything be how it is. As you stay mindful of your breath and your body with a sense of compassion in your heart. Keeping your eyes closed, you allow your awareness to expand to include the space around your body. It's as if you can sense the air around you, the objects around you, and you just allow them to be as you simply are. There's nothing to do, there's nothing to judge. If your mind wanders, that's okay. Don't judge it. Just return your focus to what is, being connected to your breath, your body, and your sense of presence in the world around you. Everything simply being, including yourself. Becoming more and more aware of physical sensations by rolling your shoulders, wiggling your fingers and toes, still being mindful of what is, and taking this present moment awareness with you as you slowly begin to open your eyes back to the world around you. Wonderful job doing this practice. We hope you enjoy the rest of your beautiful day.
So I really want you guys to be aware and to take the time to sit in that silence. We don't oftentimes take time to sit in peace, to sit in silence. And that is very vital for our nervous system to be able to calm down. So we want that calm nervous system. We want our body in that parasympathetic state. So really just on YouTube, 5 minutes. If you have the Aura Ring, take, there's 3 to 5 minute meditations on there. Pop some headphones in. If you have the inner voice audio tones, listen to your tones. I encourage you to just lay on the floor or, lay down and just surrender your body to calm down and without any disruptions or distractions. Turn your phone off. That's what helps calm the nervous system down. All right. So, couple of breaths. Just let that sit in. So, today we're going to talk about reading food labels. So, if you are, through the release phase onto the maintenance phase, you might be at a point where you're incorporating in foods that have more of the food labels and things that you should be looking out for. So why food labels matter. So they help identify hidden ingredients and additives that impact health. So there's even certain words that are used on food labels that they can hide other ingredients under, which is very frustrating. So sticking more with the fresh foods, the things that God put on this earth, the things that we can grow from the ground, the things, animals, farm animals, things that God put here is what we should be eating, not necessarily processed foods. But if you do have to look for more of the processed foods or the pre-made foods, these are the things that you're going to want to look out for. So labels also reveal key information about a product's impact on inflammation, gut health, and overall well-being. So the anatomy of a food label, so it'll show the serving size, it'll show the calories, the macronutrients or the fats, carbohydrates, and protein, the ingredients list. On the list, it'll also show the ones at the top of the list have more, there's more of that ingredient in that food, the higher it is on the food list. So if one of the first ingredients is high fructose corn syrup, which unfortunately in a lot of baby formulas, one of the first 3 ingredients is corn syrup solids. That means that's just sugar. That's corn syrup. And there's actually some toxins in corn syrup too that we want to be on the lookout for. So it'll also show additives, preservatives, and sweeteners. So with the serving size, always check that first because it can be misleading. Many packages contain multiple servings. So it might be a single serve package, but there might be 3 servings in it. So if it says, oh, there's only 5 grams of sugar per serving, but there's 3 serving sizes in the food, well, then you have 15 grams of sugar in that. So calories, well, not really important, but not all calories are equal. We want to focus on the nutrient dense foods rather than just the caloric number, because the amount of calories in an apple and the amount of calories in a bowl of potato chips, those are not giving you the same nutrient dense value. And then macronutrients. So balance is the key. So you really want to look for those high quality proteins, healthy fats, and complex carbs. The ingredients list. So the real gold mine of all the information, the ingredients are listed in order by weight. So the more of an ingredient there is, the higher it is on that ingredients list. And the percentage of the daily value, this is a rough guide, but it's based on a generic 2000 calorie diet. So ingredients list. So less is more. So you want to look with foods with simple whole ingredients. If your ingredients list is this long on the label, if it's multiple inches long, I would stay away from that. So avoid red flag ingredients. So added sugars like corn syrup, high fructose corn syrup solids, artificial additives, preservatives, highly processed oils like canola and soybean. You want to avoid all of those red flag foods. So if they sound like a chemical, if it's a name that you don't understand what it is or have no idea how to pronounce it, I'd probably stay away from it. So you really want to consider what you're putting in your body. If you can't pronounce it, should we be eating it? And then watch out for hidden additives that are disguised under vague terms like natural flavors. So natural flavors can hide a lot of bad things that we don't want to be putting in our body. So really prioritizing the whole ingredients, the fewer the ingredients, the better. Spotting hidden sugars and artificial sweeteners. So sugar actually has over 60 different names on labels. So you want to look for syrups, anything that ends in syrup, anything that ends in ose, O-S-E, fruit juices, those glucose, sucrose, fructose, maltodextrin, those are all relating back to sugar. So we don't want, really 20 grams a day of sugar is a lot. And if you think about it, a lot of yogurts have like 17 grams of added sugar in them. That's essentially your entire sugar content for the whole day. So try and keep your sugar content very minimal. My guideline is if it's a treat for my kids, I want it to be under 3 grams because they go crazy off of sugar. They also go crazy off of food dyes. So we don't want to be looking at food dyes either, which we'll talk about here in a little bit more. But sugar just feeds that bad bacteria. Sugar feeds cancer. We want to stay away from sugar. Sugar also increases your inflammation, increases your insulin resistance, leads to energy crashes. So we want to stay away from that sugar. If you want something sweet, think more like honey or maple syrup. Artificial sweeteners may impact your gut health and your cravings, so they can make you crave more things. Aspartame and sucralose may disrupt your gut bacteria and lead to increased cravings. And choose products labeled unsweetened or naturally sweetened with stevia or dates. So stevia is an okay option. Like I said, honey, maple syrup, but really aiming for products with little to no added sugar. So healthy fats versus unhealthy fats. So we really want to be looking for olive oil, avocado oil, coconut oil, butter, and look for grass-fed, cold-pressed oils. You do want to be spending a decent amount on your oil. It also should be in a glass bottle, and it should be an amber or like a green glass bottle so it's protected from the light. I like the Chosen brand avocado oil. That's one that has been tested, so I stick with that one. And then as far as for butter, I like the Kerrygold grass-fed butter. So healthy fats like omega-3s, those would be things like fish, flax seeds, chia seeds, avocados, olive oils. So unhealthy fats, so you want to avoid trans fats and partially hydrogenated oils and limit refined seed oils like canola and sunflower. So canola oil, vegetable oil, Crisco, those are all not great options that we want to be consuming. They're made in a lab where olive oil, avocado oil, butter, those are more from nature, right? So you want to really pay attention to the quality of your fats. So the quality matters more than the quantity because healthy fats support your brain function, hormonal health, and help reduce your inflammation. So if products are labeled low fat or fat free, they often replace that fat with sugars and fillers, and that makes them less healthy. So keep in mind, you're not going to be doing any fats during the release phase. Once you reach the maintenance phase is when you want to add in those fats. And you do want to add those fats back in because we need the fats for hormone health, brain function, and to help your body function. We do need fat. So make sure you do add those back in. So additives and preservatives to watch out for. So common additives, MSG, that can be linked to headaches, metabolic disruption, sodium nitrate, artificial colors. So those are like your red 40 or yellow 5. Those can exacerbate hyperactivity in children. So I know if my kids have food dye, they bounce off the walls, they go a little bit crazy. So watch those food dye colors. And the food dyes can even be hidden in things like pickles that you wouldn't think that there should be any dye in. Your pickles could essentially have food dyes. So start looking at the labels because the less toxins we put in the body, the better the body is. Flavors are another thing, artificial flavors. So watching out for those, especially in like drinks. If you have any drinks that you're drinking, artificial flavors are probably added to those. Sodium nitrate, those are found in processed meats, bacon. They're associated with an increased cancer risk. So you want to look for nitrate and nitrate-free foods. Some concerns might impact digestion, mood, inflammation. Prioritize natural over artificial. So once again, was it made in a lab or was it grown in nature? And then many additives can also trigger inflammation or disrupt your microbiome. So really avoiding them because we want to balance out that microbiome. So let's stay away from those ultra processed foods whenever possible. The more things you can make at home, homemade, the better off you are. So talking a little bit about organic, non-GMO, and natural labels. So organic means there's nothing synthetic, there's no pesticides, there's no GMOs, there's no synthetic hormones. Non-GMO, it doesn't use anything that's genetically modified, but it may not be organic. Natural, this is often a misleading one because the term natural is not regulated and it can appear on highly processed foods. So if something says all natural, that doesn't mean anything unless it actually has the non-GMO label or the organic label on top of it as well. Organic and non-GMO choices often reduce your exposure to chemicals. So the less chemical exposure we have, the better health that comes of that. So some shopping tips. So aim for whole foods. Shop the perimeter of the grocery store. So if you look at the layout of the grocery store, the outside perimeter is where we want to be. That's where all the fresh foods are. All the packaged and processed foods are on the inside aisles of the grocery store. So looking for fresh, whole foods. Avoid items with long shelf life because they're usually packed with preservatives. So if something can last a very long time and doesn't mold, there's a lot of preservatives in that food. There was a study I just saw, and it was 3 pieces of bread. One was a homemade sourdough bread, and 2 other ones were different companies of bread that were quote unquote natural. And they had it in like a Ziploc bag for like a month. And the sourdough bread was completely molded, as it should, because it should mold. We want our food to mold. And the other 2 pieces of bread didn't have any mold on it. So we want to be eating food that molds. We don't want to eat it when it is moldy, but it should be getting to that stage where it is organic and it is breaking down. There is another one of McDonald's. There's like a McDonald's Happy Meal that's, gosh, over 15 years old, I think, and it still looks the same. You could even just Google that and look at that, but there's no mold on it, and that's kind of scary too. So prioritizing simple ingredients, so less is more. So avoiding high processed items, stick to food with minimal additives. So looking for labels like pasture raised, grass fed, or wild caught for animal products, especially for fish. If you look in the fish freezer, if there's a wild caught and a farm raised next to each other, you can tell the nutrient content in the wild caught just looks better. It looks healthier, it looks plumper, it has better color. Those are the foods that we want to be eating. And another tip is to batch cook your food. So if you're prepping meals in advance, make a whole pan of, say, chicken breasts, because you can cut that up and use it in a bunch of different things. So like, for instance, this week I did some salads. I did chicken pad thai, some chicken noodle soup. So you can put it in a lot of different meals that you can use when that protein's already cooked. That makes it easier to whip up a meal. So some key takeaways. So food is information. Every bite you take sends signals to your body. So we want to choose foods that promote healing and balance. You want to empower yourself. So use your knowledge to navigate those food choices confidently. Read your labels for hidden sugars, unhealthy fats, and additives. Choose whole, minimally processed foods for optimal health. Make informed choices that align with your health goals. And start reading labels at home and experiment with some healthier swaps. So you might find that you need to swap some things out. If you're having a hard time finding something to swap it out with, you're always welcome to put that in our group chat and we can put in some ideas of some healthier swaps that we've found. So as always, let me know if you guys need any support. I am here to help you, and reach out if you need anything. Otherwise, I hope you have a fabulous day. Bye.